What's up, y'all? Shit, lost my pager. Hold on. Things I hate about white people. The realest. Okay. Things I hate about white people. What's up, guys? Unprofessional as fuck, by the way. All right, so just a quick, small little announcement, just real fast. Need everybody to have a seat, please, and pay attention. Put these pink sunglasses back on as I'm trying to command dominance here. I digress. Yes, I am now shopping for food. I just want to give everybody a quick update. Shit was rough. Now it's not. Eating well. Smiley face. Getting sleep. Making money. That's right, I am a personal trainer here in town. Business is picking back up. Life is good. Just want to let everybody know that No Joke's doing alright. And I do want to give a couple of shout outs. I'm not even going to say any names. You all know who you are. If you all are watching, you know damn well who you are. I appreciate y'all helping me out. I really do appreciate it. I didn't even have to ask, and you guys admire me enough while probably thousands of other people who watch my videos daily for entertainment, knowledge, and inspiration talk shit about me online and say terrible things about my family and I. And they don't give me a fucking penny. They don't give me a fucking penny. I don't make a fucking penny on my YouTube channel, everybody. I live in Cambodia. YouTube won't monetize videos in Cambodia. Also, you cannot receive money via PayPal in Cambodia. So that begs the question, well, should I get a bank account? Well, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. That's for another story, another time. None of y'all's fucking business whatsoever. So don't be coming up on me in the supermarket, giving me a fucking look and if you motherfucker know who you are, man. You all know who you are. It's all good, but don't fucking come at me like y'all know me personally. I digress. I'm getting way off topic. This video is about UFC 209. I'm gonna shut my fucking mouth. You all know who you are. You know who you aren't. I'm gonna shut the hell up. Anyways, if you all haven't turned off the video by now, I don't really give a shit either way, but fuck you. Overeem versus Hunt. Alistair Overeem versus Mark Hunt. What I have to say about this one, man, okay, look. Mark Hunt just lost to Brock Lesnar. And I think before that he fought Frank Mir and knocked him out. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure before he fought Brock Lesnar, he knocked out Frank Mir. And Mark Hunt, if you look at his pro kickboxing record, actually, cool thing about Hunt and Overeem is that they're both kickboxers from the start. They both started out as like pure strikers, so you can go back to the K1 days and watch Mark Hunt knocking motherfuckers out. You can watch Alistair Overeem knocking dudes out. He's fought guys like Badr Hari. He's fought everybody. Mark Hunt's fought everybody. One of the craziest knockouts I've ever seen though was when Mark Hunt got knocked out by Melvin Manhoof. You guys don't know who Melvin Manhoof is? Check him out, man. Melvin No Mercy Manhoof is one of the most just vicious strikers ever, man. He's just like a fucking his name is No Mercy for a reason. Check him out. He's a jacked black dude from the Netherlands, and he likes knocking motherfuckers out. That's what he says. He likes knocking motherfuckers out. Hey man, let's put it out there. So now, who do I want to win? Who do I think will win? My heart wants Mark Hunt to win. My heart wants Mark Hunt to win. I just love the Super Samoan, man. He's this big, just chunky, just cinder block head, cinder block hands, just one punch knockout fucking machine. Like, who the hell would want to fight a guy like Mark Hunt, man? How you can't even hurt that dude unless you're like his size. Unless you're a big boy like him, you ain't hurting that motherfucker. Now, Alistair Overeem, on the other hand, granted he could kick the shit out of me, but if he takes a stiff right hook to the jaw, it seems like by a guy over 200 pounds, well, probably going out, man. Probably going night-night. And if Mark Hunt does connect with Overeem's chin, I do believe 100% that Overeem's going out. You saw what happened in his last fight when he fought Stipe Miocic for the heavyweight title. That was a really bad knockout, man. Sorry for the shakiness. That knockout was actually slightly disturbing because Stipe got in a couple extra shots and Overeem's head was just bouncing off the canvas while he was just limping unconscious, and Stipe was just drilling him in, and obviously he can't stop till the ref stops it. So Who do I have for this fight? My heart, my brain says Mark Hunt. I'm going for the Super Samoan. He's also, you know, been outspoken about the whole steroid thing in the UFC. That's a whole nother topic, guys. But for this fight, I'm definitely going Mark Hunt, man. He's my favorite, although it's MMA, man. I mean, a lot of disappointment sometimes. Like a lot of upsets come about from MMA, so be ready for that. I'm definitely excited as fuck for this fight. Now, the next fight, I'm not too familiar with any of these gentlemen except for Lando, whatever, you know, I'm not sure how he says it, but Lando Venata versus Timur. And I don't really know anything about this guy, Timur. I know he's got a small record. He's got a small record, relax. I didn't say, all right, I said you have a small record. A pro MMA record. Chill out, dude. All right? Yeah, I think he had like 1 or 2 losses. I don't really know much about him, and I'm sorry for that. But I am going to watch the fight this Sunday here because I'm in Phnom Penh. I'm in Cambodia, so it's going to be Sunday morning that I get the fight. And so I'll find out more about this guy Timur then, and then I can speak on him if I do a UFC 209 post-fight review. Maybe I will. If I start getting like positive feedback and viewership with these MMA videos, then I'll just keep doing more, and I'll have like a new little thing that I do on YouTube. So as far as Lando Venata goes, I'm gonna go with Lando Venata. Lando, I keep fucking this dude. If anybody knows, does he go by Lando or Lando? No disrespect, sir. Please don't kill me with your right hand, sir. Please. Now I've watched this guy, and I want to say it was Legacy Fights, which is like another mixed martial arts promotion, but it's smaller scale. And it was like Lando Venata, the right hand from hell. And I was just kind of researching his highlights because the fight that got me into this guy was, in fact, the guy who's fighting in the co-main event, Tony Ferguson. When I think his last fight, he knocked the dude out with a wheel kick. I believe he threw a teep to a guy's knee and then caught him with a wheel kick and knocked him out cold. And before that, he fought Tony Ferguson in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And that was a fucking crazy-ass fight, dude. If you want to see a good fight, go on YouTube, type in Tony Ferguson versus Lando Venata. I think it was stopped in round 2. But this was a very fucking spectacular fight to watch, man. So I would highly suggest you all do that. If you have nothing better to do. Granted, if you got like Fight Pass, like UFC Fight Pass, and just watch it on there. It's fucking incredible fight. So I'm going Lando Venata all the way, man. I think that dude brings it. I think that dude fucking brings it. So I got a lot of respect for that guy. And he's got a cool name, Lando Venata. It's fucking cool. Was that Italian? Rashad Evans versus Kelly. I don't know who Kelly is. I'll find out in the next few days. Rashad Evans. Look, man. Who did he fight last? Was his last fight Bader? No. It wasn't his last fight, was it? I actually don't know. First of all, I've always liked Rashad Evans. I've always liked him. I've always thought he was like a class act type of guy, man. Because when I first got familiar with like guys in the UFC and this whole, you know, like the whole mixed martial arts thing, I was actually living in Atlanta, Georgia at the time with with my buddy Josh. I was staying with him at the time. We stayed together and we were watching this show called Tough, The Ultimate Fighter Season 10, and it was all heavyweights. And the 2 coaches were Quinton Rampage Jackson, Rashad Sugar Evans, pardon me. And I liked them both. They were both fun to watch and everything. And that was my favorite season of The Ultimate Fighter, by the way. Easily. Maybe because it was the first one I saw. And I guess because I had Brendan Schaub, and I'm a big Brendan Schaub fan, of course. I like Roy Nelson. I'm a big Kimbo Slice fan, of course. Rest in peace, Kimbo. Huge Kimbo Slice fan. And I like Quinton Jackson. I like Rashad Evans. But based on his health issues and his fight record, and you know, with the last few fights, I don't know if he's got it. I mean, this guy Kelly might take it to him. He's a younger dude, I presume. So that's no disrespect to Rashad Evans. He's definitely one of the best light heavyweights of all time, man. I mean, you saw what he did to Chuck Liddell. Jesus, I mean, he just put him to sleep, man. That was probably the worst right hook knockout I think I've ever seen. Just off the top of my head is when Rashad Evans knocked out Chuck Liddell cold. Granted, that was after Chuck Liddell already had a bum chin, but I'm not taking anything away from Rashad Evans, man. He knocked out Sean Salmon Cole with a head kick. Granted, Sean Salmon is Sean Salmon. If you don't know who Sean Salmon is, exactly. I digress. Sean Salmon. Dude, I would change my fucking name. Change my name, dude. Sean Salmon. No, sorry. Now, let's get to the main course here. Got Khabib versus Tony Ferguson. Now, I've been getting some feedback from some people I know. They've been contacting me via email. They've been contacting me via Messenger. Whatever. You know what the hell I mean, okay? Tony Ferguson versus Khabib. Now, a little background here in case we don't all know. Some people know, some people don't. There's a gentleman named Conor McGregor. He's an Irish fella, and he happens to be the lightweight champion of the world in the UFC. Lightweight champion. Khabib and Tony Ferguson are both lightweights, and they're fighting for basically the spot to fight Conor. And that's the big ass money fight. Not only is it a huge money fight for both guys because Conor McGregor's involved, but they'll get the belt too. Now these guys both are hungry as fuck. These guys both want it, and both guys bring it. Both guys bring it, and both guys are very puzzling. Both guys give their opponents major problems. Namely Khabib, simply because he's undefeated. I mean, that's just plain and simple, like the motherfucker's undefeated. Now, the argument that a lot say is, well, he's undefeated because he hasn't fought the top guys. Well, hold on. Okay. Now, I don't have the best memory in the world, but let me just bring this up. Did you guys watch Rafael Dos Anjos versus Khabib? Now, this is several years ago. Doesn't matter. I mean, he still mollywopped him, and Dos Anjos was the fucking lightweight champion, and he's already beat a guy who was champion. He smashed him. I mean, he beat guys like Michael Johnson. He beat who the hell else did he fight? Maybe that's it. You know what? Who the hell else did he fight? You know what? You guys are right. He hasn't fought maybe the biggest names, but he's 24-0, and that alone is something to be proud of, man. I know if I was 24-0 in MMA, I'd be like, I'm not saying I'd be bragging about it all the time, but I'm saying I'd be fucking proud of that shit. Hell yeah, man. Especially the way he beats guys. But as far as Tony Ferguson goes, man, look, he's finished guys in ways that nobody's finished guys. He can kill you on the ground. He can kill you standing up. I think just off the top of my head, like one of the craziest things I saw was an up kick knockout he did. An up kick is when you're laying on your back, and then the guy's standing like right over you, and you smash your heel into his face like an up kick, like you're kicking upward, and it knocked him out. Or at least it knocked him down, and then he like TKO'd him. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he's very tricky. He comes out of nowhere, and he seems like a pretty intense dude when he wants to be. But he also seems like he's actually like a pretty cool dude to hang out with, to be honest. Like, I've seen him in some interviews, and he seems like a real like down to earth, nice dude. Like, probably a guy who would be cool to have. He'd just be a cool guy. He just seems like a nice guy. I could be totally wrong. But he also seems like a guy who's 100% focused and driven on his goal, and that's evident by his fighting. Same with Khabib, man. So who do I pick? I mean, my brain says Khabib, but my heart says Tony. I know in the last video that I put out, I talked about Khabib and how he would beat Tony, but I still said it was no guarantee, of course. But just to make myself clear, it's fucking tough, man, because I really do want to see Khabib fight Conor. You know what? I'm kind of conflicted because I really like both guys, man, but if I'd rather watch, okay, if Conor McGregor could fight either Tony or Khabib, I'd have to watch him fight Khabib. Simply because you're taking the most vicious grappler, the guy with the most vicious ground and pound, like the guy that nobody wants to fight. Tyron Woodley said it best. He's like, man, ain't nobody want to see Khabib, ain't nobody want to see Yoel. If he didn't say ain't, sorry, maybe that's racist of me, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said. Tyron Woodley, if you're watching, sir, I like black people. Please don't be mad at me, sir. I digress. Actually, I'm about to talk about Woodley here in a second. I'm talking about fucking Woodley. I'm going to talk some shit about Tyron Woodley, guys. Come on, hey guys, come on. Let's talk some shit about Tyron Woodley when he's not here, okay? I'm just teasing, man. Yeah, so I'm gonna go Khabib simply because he's undefeated. I feel like he's super fucking intense, man. He comes from Dagestan. If you guys don't know about Dagestan, Russia, it's in the southern part of Russia. They're all Muslim. They have Russian names. They speak Russian, but they're Muslim, so they're super extra scary. And they're Russian. Did I mention he's fucking Russian, guys? And man, that's a rough part of the world, dude. So I gotta go Khabib. I gotta go Khabib because I know that Tony will still fight, and I think that it's gonna be a crazy fight. But I gotta go Khabib all the way. Tony, I love you, man. But then again, he could fucking he could fucking blow us all away, and he might just choke out Khabib in the first round, dude. It could be anyone's game. And if Tony Ferguson does win, great. I'm fucking happy too. I just want to see a competitive fight because I like both guys, so I'm not really picking one or the other. Now, let's talk about the black guy versus the white guy. Let's make this a racist thing, guys. Let's all make this a race thing. I had one of my buddies telling me he's picking Woodley because he's making up for 400 years of slavery. Because Thompson's a white boy, and Woodley's he's a black dude. And Stephen Thompson, look, man, he's from South Carolina, Southern boy. He's a pretty boy. He's a pretty white boy from the South. I mean, if you guys look at him, they call him Wonder Boy for a reason because he looks like a damn boy. He's got a baby face. He's like when he talks, he's not at all, threatening sound. He's not at all posing. He's like a nice, like well-spoken, nice white dude from South Carolina where there happened to be a shit ton of slavery back in the day. I don't know if you guys knew that. A shit ton of slavery and war. I don't know if you guys knew that simply because white and black people were fighting. Now, do I actually think that this has anything to do, like racial karma, with this fight? Well, I mean, look, maybe, but I don't think so, of course. But I mean, fuck it, I might be wrong. Jesus. Now, Tyron Woodley versus Stephen Thompson. Okay. I personally like to watch Stephen Thompson more. As a fan, just simply as a fan of the sport, somebody who likes to watch the performance and watch the skills being executed by these amazing fighters, I gotta go Thompson, man, simply because of his style. His style to me is more, it's just fun to watch. I mean, if you just watch his sideways stance, how his hands down, he's very elusive, he's tricky, he's very fast, he's very accurate. And he's not a big like strong man. He's 6 foot tall, 170 pounds. He's an inch to 2 inches taller than myself. Weighs about the same, and it's just by no means a jacked fucking muscle fucking Jesus, man. He just comes at you with these slick ass techniques, man, and knocks you out in crazy ways. But the first time in a long time, well, he couldn't do it to Roy McDonald before this, but he still beat him and fucked him up pretty good. And he did catch Woodley several times in this fight, but man, as far as who won that fight goes, I'm sorry, man, but I got to go Woodley in that fight. Like, it was a draw, but I still think Woodley kind of won because, in my opinion, and like I always say, whoever pushes the pace of the fight for the most part and does the most damage, especially gives the most damage, I think that maybe you didn't win the fight, because in fighting there's no winning. We all lose. Ha ha ha. No. Go fuck yourself. Woodley throughout this competition, we'll just say competition, seemed to do the most damage to his opponent, in my opinion. In the fourth round, he hit him with some good overhand rights. He choked the fuck out of him, but again, Thompson didn't finish. He didn't tap. So it's like, who's the better fighter? Well, I don't know. That's tough to say because Woodley gave it hard, but Stephen Thompson took it. So Woodley could not finish Thompson, and by the fifth round, I was going to say by the fourth, and that's when Thompson got fucked up the most. But like when it was on the feet, basically Thompson was winning. When I was on the ground, Thompson was clearly losing. Now you're probably wondering, who do I have in this fight? Who am I picking and why? All right, well, I'm going to go Tyron Woodley, man, straight up. I like Tyron. He seems, then again, look, I don't know the man on a personal level, but based on what I've seen, of course, like people see me and they form an opinion about me, whether it's good or bad. Usually they form bad opinions about me. In this case, I'm forming a good opinion about Tyron Woodley. Even though he could be a total fucking piece of shit. I don't know. I'm gonna I like to think he's a nice guy. He's got kids, he's got a wife, he's got a fucking family man, hard-working guy who can beat the shit out of you. And I gotta go Tyron, man. In that last fight, he brought it. The only thing that he just fell short of doing was just putting Thompson to sleep. Because when he did land those overhand rights, you notice that if you watch it in slow motion, the overhand rights that he landed in the fourth round, to the best of my memory, they landed not in his jaw or not behind his ear or not his chin. They landed, I want to say, in his forehead or maybe around his eye or maybe even like right in this area, like his temple area. And maybe that wasn't quite the right spot. So maybe Woodley needs to work on just hitting that jaw a bit better. And I'll be very interested. I'll be fucking interested to see who wins this fight, man. But I gotta go. I just have a feeling that Woodley's gonna win, man. I just feel like it's his time. And even years ago, when I always wanted him to fight for the title, just because I felt like he was a dude that always deserved it. But he for whatever reason, he just never really got the big fights. And I wanted to see him fight Johnny Hendricks a while back, but I think he would smoke him now. But back then, I wanted to see it. And I've always been a Tyron Woodley fan, man. And look, I'm a Stephen Thompson fan as well. And I do like to watch his style better simply because it's more exciting to me. Like, you don't really know what's coming. Like, Tyron, you kind of know what's coming. He's just going to batter you. I mean, typically the guy, he throws heavy punches, namely his right hand. He usually throws an overhand right. And if it lands, you're in fucking trouble, big time, or you're just asleep. And if he gets you on the ground, expect him to control you and expect him to beat the fuck out of you with his elbows and fists. And he has some brutal knockouts, man. He has some vicious knockout power. So I think he's going to bring it this time, and I think he's going to seal the deal. I still think Thompson's an amazing fighter. I think that Tyron Woodley thinks that Stephen Thompson is a fucking amazing fighter. I think that we all do. If you guys watch him, there's no doubt that he is, but I'm picking Tyron Woodley for the main event here. I don't know why the fuck Khabib and Tony Ferguson's not the main event, because that is the biggest fight. That's the winner of that fight is fighting Conor McGregor. If Tyron Woodley wins, then who's he gonna fight next? Damian Maia? Who are you more excited to see? Tyron Woodley versus Damian Maia? That's just my guess. I don't know. Or Khabib versus Tony for the spot to hopefully fight Conor, unless they pull some fucking bullshit, which they might, so he can fight Floyd Mayweather. It's a fucking. I mean, look, I get it. Like as far as the money goes, I get it. Like the only logical reason for this is to make money. Because as an MMA fan, like I watch boxing occasionally. I'm a casual boxing fan. I'm by no means into it. I'm by no means an expert in the sport of boxing. But yeah, I mean, I would much rather see fucking Conor McGregor fight Khabib for the title than him fight Floyd Mayweather. I think he could take Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match, to be quite honest with you. I think maybe 10 years ago, probably not. But at this time, when Floyd is older, he hasn't fought in a long time, whereas Conor's been active and he trains like a motherfucker. Even though Floyd might too, but he hasn't fought in a while. Conor McGregor's a much bigger, stronger man and can punch a lot harder. I think that he would beat Floyd Mayweather. And I would pay to see Khabib versus Conor McGregor. I would not pay to see Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor, 100%. So I'm going with that. Keep me posted, guys. I might just start doing this as a new thing, because I talk about a lot. I talk about a lot of MMA, man. I talk about a lot of combat sports, and it's something that I'm really into and something that I have hands-on experience with. And a lot of people who watch my channel watch me because I do have that knowledge. And it's cool to share that knowledge too. So if you all want me to do like another channel or just another segment on No Joke Howard, specifically about MMA, just talking about current events or just anything that's going on, let me know, man. Shoot me an email, guys, nojokestriking@gmail.com. All of my social media contacts are in the description box below, everybody. I appreciate your viewership. I appreciate your listenership. I appreciate your loyalty. It's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you very much. And bye-bye now. Fuck yourself.